Hello, hello, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals! And for this very special episode, we will be featuring the LYKA compatible custom Extinct Bricks Originals Excavaraptor. But before we proceed, I'd like to say thanks to youtube.com audio library for this awesome background music. Please also like, share, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. You may also like to follow me on my following social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course in LYKA, which is available in the Philippines but will be global soon. To be able to support my channel, please do not skip on all the ads on all my videos. Thanks everyone! The Guess This PC contest winners will be announced at the end of the video, but first, here is how you can join. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And there, just click on the community link and you'll see all my posts. Probably the coolest raptor design I've ever seen so far. Well, let's proceed with the making of the Excavaraptor. And as always, I do kit bashing, and here I added several large claws on its hands. It also sports these squills on top of its head and of course a feathered tail. Of course, there will be sculpting on this part but very minimal, such as that of the face, the neck, the feathers on the arms, and the tail. After sculpting and wet sanding, I then proceed with primering, and I use number 68 Bosme in gray. And although the base figure is already in gray, I wanted it to have this particular bluish gray color on the entire body, so I use that as the base color. This color pretty much covers everything or the entire body of this Excavaraptor, from the head, to the claws, to the tail, and even the legs. But do note later that there will be several color variations from darker to lighter going towards the feet, and also the claws of course. The reference that I use here would be those coming from the Jurassic World evolution, and in that, there will be several highlights of scales on the head, several stripes here and there. The Excavaraptor sports a longitudinal stripe from the base of its head going towards the base of its neck. Pretty much that of how blue is the stripe, but only up to the neck region. Using the same color that I used for the stripe on its neck, several small stripes are actually also painted on the chin as well as the head of the Excavaraptor. Small dots are also seen in the Excavaraptor's back, so I'm putting those as well, using the same white color. This is a mixture of white with a little bit of gray and blue. Using the same color, I painted the bottom part of the legs for this one. And as it is a little bit gray side, the scales will be colored a little bit lighter than this one, as you will see later. Additional detailing on the thighs as well as the tail are included as well. Very much similar to that of the reference that I'm using. Now up to the more lighter colors. Now as you can see, there are actually 3 spikes on the back of the Excavaraptor, and this is colored white. This same color will be used for the detailing of the scales on the legs as well as those of the claws, and also some parts of the extra skin on the bottom of its jaw, as you can see. The Excavaraptor has red glowing eyes on a background of really black skin. So I'm painting the black background first before we paint on the red colors. After this, just a few more painting details and I will call this figure done. And here is the completely painted Excavaraptor. Wow! I had fun doing this. Okay, so let's now move on with the next portion of this video. This is Assembrex. You can do it and let's vault in. Now, let's count off the number of parts for this figure. It actually has 7 parts to it. And now that we know, let's start Assembrex. Let's start with the head, shall we? Let's connect the lower jaw. Chomp! Let's connect this to the body. Now as you can see here, it's pretty much the same as the number of parts our normal raptor would have. Okay, now that's done. Let's now connect the limbs. Let's start with the claws first. This is the right. Wow, what big claws you have. And then of course the left. Then let's finish off with the hind limbs. We have here the left and then the right. And voila! That completes the figure of the Excavaraptor. Yeah. Now let's have the closer look. I caught you there, didn't I? Okay, so this is the Excavaraptor and I'm really excited for this one because it's really looking fierce. And joining me here is of course Usher. It is actually based off from the Jurassic World Evolution Excavaraptor design. So Usher here is really liking the design. It has really big claws. He's liking the quills on the top of its head. But he'll be back later for some size comparisons. So let's just proceed here with the closer look. And you can see here on a closer view of the Excavaraptor how big the claws are. It's actually used for making excavations, such as the name. These raptors would usually dig holes for them to hide and then ambush their prey whenever they would be coming along or coming by. Aside from the unique feature of the head, which is from the sculpt, it also sports here an extra skin on the bottom of its jaw. But it's not actually interfering with the motion or the articulation of this figure. It has quills on top of its head and it of course can move its claw up and down. And definitely can move its leg too. It has 3 spikes on the back and also 2x2 studs as well. It has a really thick tail with a feathery end. And of course, you can see from the side several painting details on the neck, on the body, as well as that of the tail. So it can move its head up to this much, right and left, and can be of many different poses and very variable as well. I really love playing with this figure because not only it's very poseable, but I really like the design. Okay, so now it's time for us to move on to the size comparisons. And for this time, we will be first measuring it up with a normal figure here, which is Usher. And you can see that it's a little bit bigger than that of the human counterpart. So I found here a reference by ERRATUM, which is also a little bit bigger than that of a human being. Okay, so let's now compare with other creatures that I have so far. First, this is the Extinct Breaks ERRATUM. This is actually the very first feather dinosaur that I've done so far, so if you'd like to see the full video on the ERRATUM, please take a look at it in the Extinct Breaks playlist. Aside from the color differences, you can see that the tail feathers are actually different as well. Even the feathers that are used for the arms. Up next, let's have the Extinct Breaks Velociraptor. This is actually a repaint of the Velociraptor from the Jurassic Park 3. This is the female, or is it the male? I think this is the female Velociraptor. I'm really liking the design on this one because the stripes and also the speckles are very well prominent on a white background. On with the next. This is Extinct Breaks Indoraptor. Wow. Now, I know they're both dark in color, but the Indoraptor is definitely darker than that of the Excavaraptor, which is on the dark gray side. Both raptors are really fierce to look at, but what do you think? Who would win when they are going to fight? Is it the Indoraptor or is it the Excavaraptor? What do you guys think? I think Asher here is Team Indoraptor, but he's too scared of it. I'd like to learn about your thoughts on which one do you think would win and why. So are you Team Indoraptor or are you Team Excavaraptor? Comment below! Again, are you Team Excavaraptor or Indoraptor? Comment below! Wow! Okay, so let's move on with the comparisons. This is the Extinct Breaks Utayrannus. And definitely the Utayrannus is a lot larger than that of the Excavaraptor. I just like to see here or bring back the Utayrannus for those of you who haven't seen this magnificent creature yet. And let's bring out the last of the comparisons. This is the Extinct Breaks Ceratosaurus version 2. Now, this Ceratosaurus is actually one of my favorite carnivores aside from the T-Rex on the Jurassic Park 3 franchise. It's really weird looking at it from the front view as it is actually sniffing poop. Remember that? Okay, size-wise, since it is a medium-sized carnivore, it is definitely larger than that of the Excavaraptor. How about you guys? What is your favorite carnivore in Jurassic Park 3 movie? Okay, so let's now move on with Extinct Breaks species roll call. But before we do that, of course, if you do have any suggestions of other carnivores that you'd like to see next on Extinct Breaks, please comment below. The rest of the species are also available in Extinct Breaks playlist, so if you'd like to see and watch them individually, please do so. Now let's begin with the species roll call. Let's start with the biggest one here. This is the Extinct Bricks Utayrannus. Extinct Bricks Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus version 2. Extinct Bricks Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Indoraptor. Extinct Bricks Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor. Extinct Bricks Utayraptor. And of course, the star of the show here, Extinct Bricks Excavaraptor. Wow! Another bad dinosaur impression by me. Now let's proceed with the last looks of the Excavaraptor. It actually means in Greek, ekilepsy meaning dig and raptor meaning teeth. This is the digging killer, the Excavaraptor. In the script by John Sayles for Jurassic Park 4, it is actually one of the raptors that is present in Isla Nublar. It is said to have Therizinosaurus claws. Is it a hybrid or functional? We do not know yet, but it may be related of course to a Velociraptor or a Therizinosaurus. It seems that Dr. Wu and Usher is happily watching the Excavaraptor in its enclosure. And that's it for the video on the Excavaraptor. I hope you guys like this design of mine. Let us now proceed with the Guess SPC contest winners. And we have 10 lucky picks. Mr. KTO, Timo Mado, Jomicor, 42 Ostriches, Renato Gomez, Gulhermi Meadows, Parker Soares, Miss Yassi Irway, Robbie Kelsey, and Grumpy Soap Studios. Congratulations everyone! And our top 10 winners!
Top 10!
Valid,
Top 9!
Alias Yafira,
Top 8!
The GCL,
Top 7!
Jurassic World Gang,
Top 6!
Marika W,
Top 5!
Historia Dotor,
Top 4!
Rabnadu,
Top 3!
Mandi Amar,
Top 2!
Maximum Power,
Top
and
1!
Zaki PH. Congratulations everyone! And I'll see you on the next Guess SPC contest! Also, our babies Moira and Asher has their own vlog now, The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please watch their videos and support their channel as well by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brick roar! Thanks everyone!